So, my oven has been giving me some trouble. Recently, I've put some things in the oven and they've never really gotten brown enough, or if I was bringing it up to temperature, the temperature wasn't getting high enough, and I thought, what in the world is going on? So I decided to troubleshoot some different parts of my oven. It's really easy. You just want to check and make sure that the heating elements have continuity. And then I had a hunch that it was possibly the little thermometer that's sticking inside of the inside of the oven. Now, when I do my oven, I get this. I don't know if you can see. If I want to push bake, I get an F3 warning. See that? And my oven starts to beep, which really now means that it is the thermostat. So I ordered a new one online. Actually, I used a new one, but they said that it works. We'll see. But let me show you what some of the troubleshooting things I did. First things first, before you ever work on anything electrical, you go ahead and go to the breaker box, find the appropriate breaker, turn the darn thing off. So, I have mine labeled. It says stove. Stove is off. I love these stoves that are resting on casters that are solid plastic, because that bad boy is so easy to move. And just because I'm a little OCD, I'm going to go ahead and unplug it as well. My oven has a back panel right here. I'm going to remove 5 bolts and I'll be able to access kind of the business part of the oven when it comes to the electronics. So I'm going to undo these and remove the back panel. So to test the heating elements, it's really easy. You have right here 2 spade bits coming out the back of the oven. It's surrounded by fiberglass because they don't want any heat coming from the oven to melt anything else. So simply, all you've got to do is pull this off, right? You pull that spade bit off, you pull that spade bit off, and then you just get a electrical continuity tester on there, and if it goes beep, that means your heating element is fine. I have 2 heating elements, obviously a broiler, and then the one down below for bake, which is right there. I pulled both of these. I don't know if you can see that very well. I pulled them off from right there. Put my continuity, my electrical tester, black and red, it doesn't matter which side. As long as you get a beep, that means it's a complete circuit. But what I think, and what I thought all along it was this little guy that was attached right here. This is the thermostat. And when I tested it, the ohms were off a little bit, and then eventually the whole oven started faulting. So I'm going to remove that and see what I can do. This is the new little temperature gauge that I got from eBay. It's going to look a lot like the old one. Oops. And a lot shorter. So, let's give this a quick test and see what the ohms are at room temperature. The ohms are different at different temperatures. Ah, my mistake. So here we go. We put them in. I've got 1101. Perfect. So let's real quick test the bad one so that you can see the difference between the two. So we put it right back here on the continuity tester. Good thing to do is always check to see if you have signal, right? So let us real quick put that in there. And put that in there. So you can see the numbers creeping. It sort of stops at 1,049, 1,050. It was creeping. Now you saw the last one that I tested, it hit the number and then sat on it. This shows that this particular thermostat, or temperature gauge for the oven, is faulty. So we've got to take the door off to be able to reach in there more comfortably. Otherwise, it's kind of weird to try to reach over this door. So the last time I did it, we'll see if I can do it again. Here we go. Lock them. Oh, wait. Locked it wrong. Lock it. Ta-da. And now we take out the little guy that's inside. Not this one. There it is. Now, it's very possible and highly likely that this fix isn't going to work. Maybe it's something worse. Maybe it's the onboard little computer that goes along with, this complicated piece of equipment. But I didn't mind spending $10 as an experiment because I bought one that was used. The people said they tested it, it was good. I tested it, it was good. So I don't mind spending $10 on this piece because a trip by the appliance guy out here to the house is going to be a lot more than that. So it behooves me to give something very easy like this a try. It just involves unscrewing a couple of bolts. Or screws, actually. So don't be afraid to try this stuff. I'm going to go get the new part, install it, and see what happens. Oh my God. Hardest part is getting the little screw in. All right, to put the door back on. Oh my gosh, that ought to be fun. Voila! Okay, let's start putting things back together. So I'm on the back side of the oven again, and I've noticed that my little hookup, this is almost too short. I'm not happy with the fact that there's not a lot of play. Like, you see how much play there is on everything. This one I'm going to have to pull tight and clip it in. So if it works, if when I clip it in and the oven is working and before I button everything back up, what I'll probably do is just extend this. This is just a signal. It's not heavy duty voltage. It's just a signal that sends to the computer. So what I'll do is lengthen that so that it's not pulling up against this little sharp metal. Okay? So I've plugged it back into the wall at the stove end. I'm going to turn the power back on over here, like that. Let's go give it a test and see if the oven is no longer giving me the fault code F3. 3. So here we are. I'm not going to bother with setting the time because I've got to unplug it to put the back on. So we're just going to push clear. Let's hit bake. Ha. I fixed it. I can't believe it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to test this to see if it's really working and all that jazz. I'm going to put a pan of water in there and check the temperature and all that jazz by bringing water up to temp and see if what the water comes to is the same as what the oven says. Thanks for watching.